See how well this works. Testing, testing, coming in through live. I'll move the fan here. Move the fan. Oh, but it's so comfortable on my skin, I can't. I used to think I was indecisive, now I'm not so sure. Kind of thing. Yes, yes. Really, this is actually just more a mic test while we wait for some Starfighter Assault. So I gotta open up a channel somewhere. Coming at you live, 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 live. Live, live, and live again. Yeah, it's so loud. It's really loud. Okay, that's perhaps a little bit better. I can still hear the fan. The fan's loud. Is it the gain? Oh yeah, it shot right up. And then I lower the gain, it goes down. Lower the gain and it goes down. Maybe that's where we should be. What if I press this button? Hello. Is this robot mode or some stuff? Am I speaking in a robot voice? Are robots falling in love with my voice? Alright. Let's get into this game. 3 players, we're almost there. Alright. Welcome to the stream. It is a test stream today, as was yesterday. OBS has been giving me a lot of issues and other kinds of things, so I like to get it completely right. I don't even like the stuttering and the freeze frames and stuff. That's something that I think investing into a better processor will fix. Hopefully one that can allow me to stream some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone online, because the rig that I got's just a little bit too weak for it, but I'm almost there. I'm like, I don't know, just a few CPU. Basically, it takes my chips up to about between 70 and about 78 degrees on average for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I've got a quad core. I played around with BIOS, overclocking and things. It's one of those games where to run it at the optimal setting that I would like, it's just a little bit too out of reach. And I think a Coffee Lake processor, something like that, and that's a budget between $600 and $800 that I can come up with in time. And I don't think that's necessarily too far out of reach either. But yeah, I think that I'm going to need something like that in order to stream probably absolutely 1080p goodness. But let's work with what we got for now. Let's see where the channel is. Where and how it's set. Hello, is this ASMR? Is this ASMR mode? Hello? Is this ASMR mode? Well, all I hear is whispering. Is this ASMR mode? Hello? Oh, it's an echo. Oh, it's an echo. It's Ghost Whispers from Morrowind. Oh, it's an echo. It's Ghost Whispers from Morrowind. Oh, it's an echo. It's Ghost Whispers from Morrowind. Oh, it's an echo. It's Ghost Whispers from Morrowind. Oh, it's an echo. It's Ghost Whispers from Morrowind. Oh, it's an echo. Hey guys, how y'all doing? 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 Is there anybody out there? 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 We all live in a kaleidoscope. 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 But all we need is just 2 more players. All we need is just two more players. It's just two more players. It's just two more players. It's just two more players. This audio effect is going to be overplayed rather quickly. This audio effect is going to be overplayed rather quickly. This audio effect is going to be overplayed rather quickly. This audio effect is going to be overplayed rather quickly. Audio effect is going to be overplayed rather quickly. I am also noticing that there is a delay. Oh, and a dent on my microphone. There is a delay. Oh, and a dent on my microphone. There is a delay. Oh, and a dent on my microphone. And a dent on my microphone. And a dent on my microphone. I have no one to blame but myself. 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 Okay, back to normal audio, I suppose. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Even if it is just me, myself, and Irene. At the moment, though, I'm planning on making it big. Yeah, this dent. Oh, poor microphone. I actually really need to, I need to invest in a few other pieces of hardware that I thought I could get away with as not a professional streamer, not at all, but just as a game streamer in general. And one of them was a boom or some kind of support for the microphone, but yeah, like, in order to get a better audio at least, having it move around with me, because I'm actually pretty animated, I guess. Like, I don't like to simply just sit in one spot, that's for sure. And like, it gets a bit too uncomfortable for me, I suppose. But yeah, this is, I feel like the microphone's still working. It's a Blue Yeti, and it's a nice one, and I've been treating it rather well until it took a tumble off my stand, and I didn't notice anything at the time, and you can see it now on the top there. It's just this little, hit it right on the nub. So that sucks. That really sucks. I actually really need to invest in a boom arm now. You know, it's probably about, it could be like probably $69 or $89 or something along these lines. Not a big deal, because the Blue Yeti itself was $300. Even though I got a warranty, I'm pretty sure that won't cover it. You know what I mean? Let's not be silly about these things. It's a really good investment, and the quality is good. I'm just hoping that it's not picking up a lot of background audio. Yes, yes. One more player needed. One more player needed to play some Starfighter or Assault. I'm going to turn audio a little bit here. Now, I'm quite amateur, really. I'm streaming to Twitch. I got D-Live. I got YouTube. YouTube's really more, I suppose, a novelty. It's a good place for me to back up my content, and I really enjoy it for that. But the streaming communities of D-Live and Twitter is Twitch is what I'm about to mention. And it's like, if you guys have any advice as well as to like some kinds of software or other kinds of things for audio noise cancellation, to be able to pull out certain effects without much editing, like is there stuff that can do this? Please shoot me a line or a personal message. I'd love to learn more and more about making it the stream that I'd like to make it. And you know, besides the silly gameplay and just really having fun as much as I can, I'm trying to promote that. I really think it's really more about the fun and the competitiveness than anything. It's like a sport, and it should remain that way. It can so easily, with because it's a game where an old person and a young child can play. So obviously, I've heard it. I've been known to say some pretty salty things online, but I really actually take a mindful approach and think that I can talk to a child. So you can't, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things about online and just the game in general. Make it sportsmanlike as well. A bit rounded out. Whoa! Oh, I don't know. I hit everything else in this game. Wow, I can't believe I did it. Ooh. So, I've been being a pilot in this game for quite some time now. The clipping of terrain is vastly different depending on levels. Sometimes you're hitting stuff that's not even there. Just FYI, not everything is as it looks. It's still beautiful though. Best Starfighter game I've ever played in Star Wars. Yeah.
Enemy bombers breaking through.
It's really just hanging out with you guys, hanging out with Twitch and Live. I'm really trying to actually make a bit more presence. And the only way you guys just jump into the water. It isn't necessarily about spitting all these red pills on my stream. I'm so edgy. Oh my god. I think it's really just like a lot of people play streams for their own reason, play video games for their own reason, I guess. And it's just, it gets kind of crazy when it turns to a social thing and gets all like you can get into the channel and it becomes quite well known from the games you play and being good at certain games. Like that to me is it's almost alien. I've been a computer gamer for so long that like everyone's a really good gamer, really. Like everyone's actually got a way better system rigged than I do. But I can hold my own. I can definitely hold my own. Yeah, it just makes me kind of laugh inside a way. That it's like it's such a serious deal when I just love playing video games. Oh, he got the turret. He's gonna bust the turret out on me. I'm out. Good chance for you. Yeah, I love both your objectives. It would be really neat. Like we go inside that gigantic ship and blow up its core. Like a real Star Wars video game. Nah, I'm just kidding. They give us lots of stuff to play around with in this game, which is cool. Galactic Assault's a lot of fun. Where's this guy even?
Orders. King Republic forces are releasing their cruiser.
Well, that guy was in an interceptor.
The Separatist Alliance is efficient and well
I'm going for the
organized.
battleship. Going all in. Those turrets are actually quite mean. Who's shooting that stuff at me? Pretty cool, huh? I mean, there's so many cruisers actually that it's a really well-scaled big map. There's lots going on. Would have been kind of neat if there was like cruisers battling and you had to like fly in between them. That would have been cool. But yes, we have Rogue Company coming up. Or Rogue Squadron, sorry. I don't want to get games confused now. They're all so popular. But it is.
Republic fighters.
I hope the stream's coming through alright. I mean, this is kind of like the best quality I've been able to get so far. OBS is ridiculous. But yeah, I got a chat box up. I got a screen showing me crazy swirly swirls that I'm pulling off right here. So I feel like I'm ready to make it in the big world of video game entertainment. But I mean, I realize that it's like, tis the season, if you know what I mean. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that is just, quite frankly, crazy. Yeah. And sometimes it feels like the only sane thing left to do is just play with you guys at some video games, you know what I mean? Woo! Yeah! Woo! Like, I have a lot of fun with it. I'm sure you can't exactly do it Star Wars like that. But as a game of immersion, this game pretty much has it all. Like, I feel like I'm playing in the movies a lot of times in this game. The hero battles are really cool. The heroes versus villain battles, man, that's intense. It's way more crazy, I think, than any other game. The 4v4 makes it so competitive, and it's like worse than Jedi Knight. Jedi Knight was a bit more casual and fun. I'm an older video gamer, so I mean, if you know Jedi Knight, then you know we was pals. Yeah, it's just like players can be so good so fast. Kylo Ren, Vader, Darth Palpatine. Some players are just so good at there are certain heroes. Oh, that. See what I said? I didn't even feel like I touched that. But there you go. So you don't find it unless you actually, smash into it like the Bermuda Triangle. But yeah, I was saying, it's like the hero battles in this game, like there are some characters that really outshine other ones, but it's all about how you use them. It's still like, it's a very immersive and well thought out game.
If our tractor beams are brought offline, the Republic cruiser will be freed.
I'm taking it a little bit easy on these guys.
Detecting damage.
It's really not
Tractor
exactly like a
beams
super
critical.
busy lobby, and you know, more players will show up in time as well. But it's also because this battle's in stages, and if you let them win, then we go to what's the next one? They go to the lecture field at the top, or I believe there's even a stage after that. It's like they go after core components. Yeah. I mean, they go for these shields up here, and then they go for the cores. And they have, I believe, even more cruisers show up. Like, it's kind of neat. It gets really interactive. Oh, yeah. That happens sometimes. Alright, well, maybe the whole problem with my gameplay is that I just don't really take it seriously enough. There's a lot of gamers out there. Like, look at Turk's Twizzlers at 34 eliminations. It's like, he's just playing the game too, I'm sure. It's not exactly like it's a job with him, but he's just really good at it.
I will have my revenge.
Yeah. I can just feel the VR headset like slowly sliding on to the new Star Wars games as the Starfighter Assault and other kinds of scenarios start to open up as they're pushing the limits, right? Like you got Rogue Company coming, but I'm sure that it's going to be the start of quite the genre of entertainment, of Starfighter kind of space battle. Yeah, like it's really popular. This mode to me is
Their destruction.
this makes Star Wars a whole different experience. It's a lot of fun. It looks very beautiful. It's really why I like it so much. Whoa, I ain't going with you in there. Sorry, friendo.
Tractor beams destroyed.
This guy's a problem.
Continue general defense.
Go to this mode and you can't spin nearly as much and as fast. So just keep that in mind too. I mean, I'm not particularly experienced with this game, but it does change.
What made them think they could oppose us?
And you see a lot of cool first-person cockpits in this game. Every hero's got its own custom-made cockpit. It's really cool.
Troopers to destroy.
Darth Maul.
Reinforcements arrive. Separatist dreadnoughts. Odds of success increasing.
You look like you're suit. Best to shoot the gun. Yeah.
Republic bombers detected. Eliminate immediately.
Yeah.
Republic cruiser destroyed.
Pretty cool looking thing, huh? Whoa. Let's keep it. Everything's under control, I hope. But yeah, usually.
Orders prevent Republic forces from destroying communications array.
So put the focus rage on him. I believe he takes more damage, but this, I don't know if this actually prevents him from regenerating or has a counter effect.
Incoming enemy capital ships. Venator
I'm
class.
really just using it to screw with that kind of. Vader's got a lot of hit points. He's got heavy advantage over the other guys, and he's as agile as a TIE fighter. So he's the best of both worlds. He's not close looking at shields. Doesn't have misses. Whoa, oh no. We didn't want to do that. 3-3-3. Yikes. That was not so fun. However, Darth Maul has a really unique and interesting first-person view. Man, it's fun to fly. Oh boy, is that thing fun.
Analyzing battlefield.
Eat. I also like this view for the random comm chatter of the bots between each other. It's kind of
will be hindered.
whoa.
Damage
Ow.
detected.
No. Let's try that again, shall we?
Tactical measures engaged.
Might actually need to. Yeah, looks like I got an extra player on us. My aim is atrocious. Even with all that War Thunder training. Huh? Oh, no, I got heavy laser.
Republic fighters attempt to destroy our communications array. Intercept.
Those rebels are always trying to destroy us, though. See, cool effects, man. Like, it makes me so cool, happy inside to see like the bits fly off. Because it looks so graphically, yeah, like I want that in my Star Wars games. Thank you. Whoever designed effectively like the way that looks, I believe that they put a lot of effort and detail into it. It can be something as simple as just shoot a spaceship until it explodes into a bunch of specs, or it can look really engrossing, like you're actually in a Starfighter battle. Oh, time to buzz.
Defensive maneuvers complete.
Yeah, he's got a turret.
Enemy
So be
progress
careful.
detected.
No, I don't. My aim is really atrocious. Maybe I should set the precision down. I feel like there's some kind of sweet spot really. I've been putting a lot of modification into the way that the flight controls. As you can tell, it's not exactly vanilla controls. I make a few adjustments myself, which is pretty standard for most games, especially console games that port over to PC. The control system is usually pretty simplified. You know, just something that a PC gamer really understands. But yeah, the mouse control in Star Wars
Communications array.
is different than War
Destruction
Thunder, that's for sure.
imminent.
It's a totally different control set. And I have a lot of fun exploring with both. For sure, yeah. I'd say that the flying in Star Wars is just as enjoyable as War Thunder. Very easy. And I appreciate that. It just makes it fun for everybody. You get away from him. Oh. Yeah. That's a little Boba Fett specialty right there. Yeah. That's a long burst of missiles, or firepower. These interceptors are not bad. They just don't exactly have the health. They got the speed, baby.
Enemy evaded.
Oh, time to go. Oh no. Maul is pretty popular. I guess so. It's only one hero at a time, or something like that. I've seen multiple heroes during multiple games. I don't know. I'm not necessarily a super experienced Star Wars player, but I do enjoy the game. Not gonna let me choose anything. I will take another interceptor.
Victory plan formulated.
I make a lot of non-commentary videos for just editing purposes. I like to upload to different websites and things as well.
Strategic
And
analysis
normally,
complete.
like, there's no, like, that's generally how I feel about it. Like, it's just video games. I enjoy playing them, and I love to upload my best content online. I don't like to add my voice to things necessarily because it, in a sense, cheapens that. And that's just generally how I feel about it. Why, you know what I mean? Some people might ask, why don't you talk more on your videos and things like that? Or, you know, why don't should put a camera up and come to you, and I really should. The thing is that I do different kinds of videos, different kinds of streams, and I do enjoy uploading a lot of edited, but like live gameplay footage from the front that could be marketable. I enjoy to do that, and at the same time to be social with a video game is like a different thing entirely. Like you gotta be the video game really effectively has nothing to do with me. It's all me. The game is nothing. But I actually appreciate the game. So hey, it's King Blade. How you doing, man? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's. I suppose I'm just rambling to myself at this point. I am in the wrong Battlefront category. I'll get to that. Thank you. Yeah. How you doing today? That's cool. Do you play Battlefront? Do you have? Do you play it on PC? Do you play it on console? And is the audio coming through in a decent way, or is it like booming sky of loud, the sound of bass and shake coming through every speaker on your system? It's really just kind of a diagnostic stream. What's his name? Dice Shooter? Right? Dirk Swizzler, yeah. The one, the only. That guy's got a lot of kills. Hey. Wasn't singing very far. I'm good. Not as good since you didn't respond to my hello there with General Kenobi.
Alert. Control tower
Hello there.
Reactor exposed. Urgent. Concentrate all efforts on defense.
You know what I love about the hero versus villains battles in this game? Is that like the characters just carry on with the conversation while you guys are slashing at each other. I love it, dude. It's like a James Bond movie wrapped into a Star Wars game. It's just too good. It makes me laugh inside. This game has a lot of funny quips about it. Secretly, like I'll never tell anyone, but they make me laugh so hard. Because it's like if I told you what I felt about what it's like, why is she saying we're gonna come on that Star Destroyer like a band that comes on? It's like, what are you talking about, lady? Like, what are you talking about? Just stop.
Warning. Republic bombers are firing on our forces. Shields back
Oh,
online.
really?
Blast doors
Oh,
operational.
well, I guess that's bad for me, huh? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, just. He's trapped in there like in a microwave or something. It's really just an agonizing, slow experience. I'd like to take Aiden because she's actually like my most favorite of like all of the enemy. But I did promise them all. Check this out. Boom. Oh, let's not crash. Pretty cool though. Probably the coolest dash out of all the Starfighters, I believe. Mike is getting drowned out by some louder sounds in the game. Thank you. Actually, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. So, I could almost actually take it lower here, right? And then bump it up later in the stream. Like actually turn the stream audio up while turning the game audio down so that there's less feedback in a sense. But I'll work on that in a little bit. Thank you for your feedback. I appreciate that. Yeah. Ollie dashboard though, I mean like they put a lot of effort in some of the Starfighters in my opinion. This one is like the Cadillac of the effort. Like whoa. The X-Wing looks pretty good too, my opinion. It's really shiny.
I can help you win your battle for a price.
I don't ask this often, but do you like the sequel trilogy? No, I don't. No, I mean, I remember as a young child watching it as a teenager, and it was just, it was too dark, and it was really all about Anakin, and I didn't actually find him. I suppose it wasn't about Anakin, it was about the betrayal of Anakin in a sense, right? And it was just a very dark story that was almost interrupted constantly by like nonsensical Jedi battles that were like duels and stuff. It was trying to capture too much too quickly. And ironically, the way I feel about the original Star Wars movies is that they captured so much with so little, like the imagination of it and everything, by just like cool atmospheric effects and things. Like, yeah, and the new trilogy is just a different Star Wars movie. Sequels are 7 and 9. Oh, sorry, my dude. I actually didn't really. Besides the one with Kylo Ren, really, I actually hadn't seen the newer ones. I lost interest entirely. Also, and it's that they kept making them quickly. I did notice that Clone Wars, I've been watching a lot of YouTube Star Wars for like Star Wars theory and stuff like that, book club and things. I apologize that I didn't get your question right there. I do see what we mean. It was the newer ones, I think, with Rey and Finn and Kylo Ren and stuff like that, and like moving on to like she's Palpatine's clone, or she's related to Palpatine or something. And Luke is dead now, or he's transferred his spirit on. It's just all kinds of crazy stuff that I really hadn't. Like, I know in the comics, Luke had basically set up the Jedi school again and things, and like things had gotten pretty wild. He married Mara. What was her name? Mara Jane. He was a very important character in the Star Wars universe that just seems to be like not even there. It's almost like they're not capturing enough. They're intentionally omitting out a lot of the comic lore that, I mean, quite frankly, it's been there since the dawn of time. Like, a lot of the comic lore about Vader is so crazy that it outshines the new stuff by like a million miles. Like the old stuff that Vader did when he was just effectively an enforcer for the Empire. He wasn't actually a major player after the incident in Mustafar. He became a very silent one, and if anything, just a puppet of the Empire, of the Emperor. And it was pretty awful because it was like the whole suit was designed to torture him and everything. And like the comic, how Bowie explained it the most about the Vader's predicament, and it was just like, whoa, it was almost unbelievable. George never considered the EU as canon, even when it wasn't considered Legends. So when he gave it to Disney, he passed on that mindset. Yes, indeed, but he did give it to Disney. I mean, ultimately, if they've got one track record, it's to be a corporation that deals with media. And it's kind of like the way EA deals with all the rest of its games in a sense. They lock them in a big vault, and they never actually see the light of day again. You get little windows in now, but they never actually give us Command & Conquer Generals 2. They never give us Battlefield 1942 2. They just keep giving us stuff that's similar. EA, like as a game company, I know this kind of has nothing to do with your question and where you're at, but just EA is very much like the atypical evil corporation, and I see them really no different than Disney. Simply in just the way they do business. And it's, you know what? People would be like, that's just smart businessing, because they hold the tide of a lot of popular stuff and shows and games and stuff, and then release it when the tide is right. I don't know. Is it right to treat your customers like fish? EA, you've vexed me. But I'm not bitter. I just have history. Make me lose hope. Don't lose hope. It's Kingblade, my Sir Jedi, Obi-Wan. No, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, man. Because I believe that there's like a whole world of ancient, more older Star Wars games, like fan-made games and stuff, that's just kind of like, obviously we know about Star Wars Rebellion, that's that RTS game that was both space and land. It was supposed to be so big, and it is a great game. It just never received the love that it should have had. Like, that game was fantastic. It was Command & Conquer's with Star Wars, and it was like almost like StarCraft in a way. It was unbelievable. It was such a good game, and it just got turfed like long ago, though. I'm an older gamer. It was just really one example of basically like the Battlefield franchise. The Star Wars franchise has essentially suffered. You could even say under Disney. Way I feel about it, though, is that if you just give Disney the rights, all they're really concerned about is with the money. Like, everything else just kind of falls by the wayside. And that's the unfortunate thing, because it's just a cool story. Like, yeah. I mean, even the sequels 7 and 9, like, I believe those are the ones with. I'm not too sure. I asked for clarification, but it's difficult to. I can't get that across. Like, that's the one with Rey and the First Order, right? I believe that's like the newer edition. And I mean, I still actually, I find them quite cookie cutter. Those new shows. Let's play some other battles actually. Like, for example, the very first episode movie with the First Order, it was Starkiller Base, and they blew up all those planets, I believe. And it was just like, it's like, didn't this already happen? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just an old Star Wars fan. Like, I'm like, show me something cool and new. They're really just rehashing and doing it all over again. George also said that no matter what they do with the IP, that they should never lose the message of hope. He believes it's a message the youth desperately need. Indeed, man. And you know what? It's a message too, right to the Star Wars fans to have hope. Yeah, I think what you're saying there makes a lot of sense. Because there's a lot of people who love Star Wars that still believe that, like, it's effectively, it's a whole universe of like the Force and energy. Like, there's many different Jedi. That Anakin was just as chosen as Palpatine in a way, but that the Force chose him as something actually completely unrelated to the rest of the universe. And it's like oh, like Vader was a really cool character. Well, I would say Anakin, the boy, and then Darth Vader, the one that we knew and loved. Vader in the first 3 episodes was a really cool character, but I kind of fell in love back then with like the vehicles and the stuff and like the universe. Like Vader was, to me as a child, I was really impressed by the way and his power and his draw. But I was like it really actually, as a child I never wanted to fly a Starfighter more than after watching that movie. And I'm like, you guys did it. Like, I want to pilot an X-Wing. I want to be Luke Skywalker. Let's do this, eh? Am I playing? Oh, look, we're going right to the action. Okay. First person view activated. It's a bit more of a challenge, but it's certainly way more immersive than the third person. Like, yeah, you don't get the 3D peripherals, and maybe you need the 3D peripherals to get out of this place. Oh, here we go. Action's coming up. Cool Jedi noises.
Rebel reinforcements. Some kind of a
Oh, no, I want to, yeah, third party for this, because I do actually kind of want to know where he's going, because his saber can block shots that hurt me. Oh, he got that. Oh, man, it's another one. Oh, Rey, what are you doing to me? Your love got me captivated like I'm walking forward when I should be walking back. No. It's so horrible when the little one gets first. That is what it is. I was actually kind of talking on my last stream too. I'm like, kind of debating with myself, of course, which is the better Jedi. And Yoda, by virtue of just being a smaller Jedi, man, is he dangerous. He can just fly everywhere. He's the worst. You can get into everything. Like, you can't stop that. It's just nothing that stops him. He's the worst. Kylo Ren's pretty bad too. He can chain and combo those attacks like, he's just like, oh boy, he's the best. I could appreciate that. I was just reading your comment. There was a good chunk of time where I wouldn't acknowledge the prequels existed, but after Disney trilogy, I've grown to see that it's much more humanity in it. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I could the fact that... Okay, well, there's one thing that I should probably say before I agree with you on that. The idea of patricide or killing family members and stuff like that, that was pretty dark. And, you know, I understand it's really nothing different than the original Star Wars. It's just, it was pretty in your face when Kylo Ren did it to Han, I guess. And that's actually what turned me off. This is a very personal thing, to be quite honest with you. That I'm about to tell you. And I mean, you have a right to the opinion of what I say and how you react because you're just as live streaming as I am, basically. You're allowed to say what you want, your friend. But yeah, it was when Kylo did that, I'm like, that's too emotional and also too greedy. Like, I felt like Star Wars was really trying to effectively just kill off characters that it loved for that appeal of what happens next. You know, like how much can we slaughter the franchise more to extract value.
Finish that scruffy smuggler once and for all.
Oh, I keep getting confused, man. I'm sorry, General Kenobi. I'm such a young Padawan. Yeah, the other ones. My bad, dude. Yeah. However, no. You know, as for the Disney ones, or I suppose the ones that I was just talking about, though, yeah, the biggest turn off from the new Star Wars was that it was actually so ridiculously savage when it didn't need to be. And I'm like, obviously they're appealing to a newer kind of generation that really just wants Roman blood. And I'm like, that's not Star Wars. But no, I totally feel you. Like, you said that it appeals to the humanity of it, because that's like, isn't that what the Force is? Right? Like, isn't that what the whole story was, dude? Right? I think me and you can both agree on that, General Kenobi-san. That, like, the story of the Force and its relation to Anakin as well as, like, everyone else, even the ones who didn't use it was like, wasn't that the story? And it really kind of taken a bit of a, I don't know, the gravity of how much the Force matters in Star Wars is something that's a bit of a mystery to me. And, you know, the changing of the midichlorians was, I suppose, something that I didn't care about much as a kid. But a lot of people who were big into the canon were like, this is basically the severance from, you know, the idea that it was a religion for everybody. And I was like, oh, that's pretty ominous, right? I remember that kind of debate back when I was young. And as it's just, you know, it just comes back to Star Wars. Star Wars has always been really political. And in my opinion, it probably has way more to do with who makes the movies than anything else. And we both know that. It's Disney. Like, yeah, I'm glad that you're complimenting too the last Star Wars series before that, because it actually deserves, like, as many movies and trilogies in this world, there are certain older versions that just deserve a lot more attention than, like, the newer stuff that somebody thinks is going to sell hot, you know? Anyway. Just looking at my diesel, my frames seem to be kind of skipping a little bit. Like, OBS is being a bit of a poopy head to me lately. It's not exactly giving me the frames that I'd like. Oh man, sorry, I didn't mean to shoot you in the back. I'm like, try it. Oh, hey, oops. I thought we was pals. I'll get you.
Unidentified rebel commander on site.
What I found kind of odd about this game too, oh boy, it's great. What I found a little odd about this game too is because it's a bit of an older game. It's the Star Wars Battlefront. I mean, 2016, right? It's not exactly super old, but it's like they could make another game that would make a lot of money, I'm sure, to play the not the ones you're talking about, but the newer ones that I'm referring to. That I've also, the ones with Rey and Finn and stuff. And they could go a lot more in depth with it. And I don't know why they lump it all into one game that makes it even clunkier. Like, this game isn't always the most workable. And it's not because of the different eras and epochs. It's just that, like, there's no server browser, and I can't play all the games that I'd like to know are on. So I just play Galactic Assault all the time. And they're like, yeah. How do we know that there's a supremacy battle going on in the new era? Nobody knows what the heck's going on. It's so silly. But it is what it is. I've gone on and ranted long enough. These days, man. These days, we gotta keep hope. Gotta keep hope for the young Padawans. Anakin's lightsaber didn't get them all, you know. When you really think about it, it's like the whole temple of it, the Jedi Temple and the story and stuff. If you're a big Star Wars dweeb, like I suppose I am, probably not, but that's okay. I know Star Wars. I know Star Wars like lots of other things. But the Jedi Temple, when Anakin had done that, was actually built upon a gigantic, massive Sith monument of the Jedi. In hubris, you could say, believed that they could build a temple on top of as a kind of like a sign of dominance over the dark side. And I mean, you might not know about these kinds of facts until probably exploring the Star Wars universe, reading a few comics and things, and being like, I highly recommend Star Wars Theory and other YouTube channels. Some of them just like to milk it a little bit, in my opinion, but they got a lot of good content, a lot of cool opinions, and they usually do it in a way that's tasteful and is true, keeps to the feeling of like the Force uniting and keeping us all together, even in very indirect ways. Like the Force is the most, to me, was like the most mysterious part about all Star Wars, and the most interconnected part about all Star Wars. But yeah, like I don't even know anymore. I don't even know, man. It's just so cool. There's so much Star Wars stuff out in the world that isn't the new stuff. It's that there's actually a whole culture of this stuff that's just kind of existed in the background, and they want to wipe over it with big money, effectively. No, this is Star Wars. Confuse people and be like, what? That's not Star Wars. Yes, it is. And they'll be like, oh, it is, but it's not. You know? Yeah. But all that really matters is whose toys they buy. I hope my audio is coming in a little bit better and it's not too much feedback. I got a fan kind of keeping me well cooled, ready to go. But yeah, this is really just a chill stream, guys. Like, I'm actually quite happy that it's working pretty sweet right now. OBS has given me a lot of problems lately. I know I keep going on about it. And it just looks so good. Star Wars, man, this game looks so amazing sometimes. It actually blows me away, though. Like, supremacy with bots and things can be so much fun. So much action. Oh boy, that was great. I stand by that 7-9 could have been perfect with the same cast provided the right material. One of the world's biggest moments of lost potential, straight up. I have to corroborate with something that I've also read, and quite frankly had seen quite a bit of, that the main casts of Star Wars, many of the characters, the ones who are available, quite frankly, because some of them have passed on by now, they do everything they can to seemingly distance themselves from the work. Like, although they might have been involved on any level, they usually come up with a statement saying otherwise. And I find that a little bit odd. Very odd, actually. It's not a good sign. But, yeah, I mean, as a video game, like, it's still... We could do, like, a Hoth game, I guess, like a purely just certain tactical engagements. There's so many, you could even see how Star Wars itself was originally marketed to be, like, heavily into the land and tactics battles and stuff and wargaming. Like, oh yeah, it should have been like Warhammer is now, if you ask me. But it's like it had so much pushback from the get-go that it was never easy. Sad fact, Han, Leia, and Luke never reunited in the Disney trilogy. Now that Carrie is gone, we can never undo their failure. Well, that's sad. That's sad to think about it. Yeah, I mean, in a way, I suppose it's quite symbolic, too. And you got to remember that what they own is just really a piece of paper, dude. They do not own the memories. They do not own the life that was made. That's it, though. You can believe that the receipt is actually the product, but it's not. I don't have that cool parkour system from Battlefield 5. But I got this. It's a scan dart. See one. It's the worst one. Oh god. I love it when you only see one, and it's Anakin Skywalker. So there you go. Take a jet? No, I mean, it's such a small part of the battle that I would just doze off into insignificance. So we need to push base. Let's do this. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot about the new. I mean, this is also something I've realized as just an older video movie watcher, I suppose. Like, the expectations put on a lot of newer stuff is so difficult to deal with that as a movie, unless they generally make bold casting decisions, it's difficult to get away from what was so originally loved because the money that was taped effectively to that franchise is at risk now. Like, that many people would look at it and be like, not only are you making a bad Star Wars movie, you're ruining our product margin, our value margin for the future of Star Wars. And that is sadly, like, whew, dude, that is sadly my General Kenobi-san, like, I think a major factor to it all. And that has nothing really to do with either of us. It's just like, the world of board directors and actual video game editing is as if EA taught me anything, it's probably like more like a World War I battlefield than any other place in the world. It doesn't make sense. It is not kind to the fan base. You know, I'm not necessarily saying Battlefront is that or even EA in general, but the standards and the practices, they just keep getting exhibited over and over again because it's become commonplace. And EA is just one transgressor of many. We don't hold them accountable. I suppose it's the largest buying populace in their stuff. You know, I'm not saying Gamergate rise up. I mean, come on. We all, if you don't see what that really was back in the mid 2010s, then like it's. I did mention I didn't want to make this people just shut up. But it's like, yeah. Remember the power that we have. The power, the creative power that we could exercise just by drawing on paper. And they know that. Oh, I'm out of here. He pulled out a shotgun too. Yeah. Yeet. Now I'm stuck in a box. Grievous is oh sweet. I mean, I do enjoy Grievous. Boy, he's got some pretty neat abilities. But he's not exactly like... Whew, the other Jedi can like defend against lasers. They're very fast, really good. And he's not a Jedi. You know what I mean? He's really good. He just uses the Jedi saber. I do enjoy The Mandalorian. Cool. You know, I never seen that movie, but I actually didn't want to see that one, bro. So thanks for reminding me. I should probably watch it online one day. Joe Favreau and Dave Filoni understand what made Star Wars work. Word up. Dave Filoni should have been the studio head of Lucasfilms, not Kathleen Kennedy. You know, but that's okay though. I mean, we live in a changing world and universe every day. Sand and water. That the future of Star Wars is effectively in the fans who remember it for what it really was. Because, you know, they keep to the flame of it, really. You've got to remember, too, that the guy in the boardroom, whoever makes these movies, I bet you there's a lot of footage that they really actually would rather have made it in. And, because it forces outside control, they have no part of it. It's just like, boy, do I feel like that's like a video game being developed, because it can be so frustrating. I'm from an older generation, my friend. There was this game called Empire Total War. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. But game developers ruined it. They ruined everything. I'm not bitter or nothing. It's just the greatest example of what happened. Help, Snow! You're so old and wrinkly. Oh man, boy, that's at the wrong corner or what? He's cool. I do like the agent, the commando droid. He's definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, the ARC gunner, the ARC trooper for the Galactic Republic. Oh boy, his pistol is dual pistols, I should say. Like, yeah, and he's got a shock grenade. Wow, man, that guy's pretty sweet too. Hey, buddy. Oh, it was supposed to be bait. Oh no, it's the other one. It's the kid. Get the heck out of here. Oh no. Cool, yeah, the Commando droids see much more play in the 2008 Clone Wars series. I hear a lot of good things about that Clone Wars series, even though it's Disney. I hear a lot of good things about that cartoon. That it was way more, from a lot of other people who had watched and talk about Star Wars, they say that the Clone Wars probably kept truest to the theme of Star Wars, in their opinion. I'm just trying to go verbatim there. I really kind of like it. It's just it's a cool story to me. I like to keep open-minded. Oh, it's not Disney. Okay, my bad, dude. Disney canceled it. Yeah, I know. They ended the show just like this year, didn't they? Like it's all over. I believe that they had their final episode. Then let them release season 6. Oh, I got you. So that's what happened. Yeah, I'd seen a lot of videos of the Clone Wars this year, and a lot of channels talking about it. So they released the season 7 after they canceled it. Is what you're saying. But that's it though. They're actually done the animated series, which is quite a shame because the more and more I see about like the battle between Vader or Anakin and Ahsoka, like the growing tension between Obi-Wan, like that was supposed to be kind of true, I guess, between the Star Wars movies. Like that's what I was gathering from it, and it was doing a pretty dang good job at it too, in my opinion. So again, it's just like Disney's, or rather, just whoever holds the keys to Star Wars. It's like a chronic lack of love for the franchise is just never been more obvious than ever, I guess. You can even say that it's kind of motivated in a personal sense, like because of things that we'll never see. Like how much money did the original Star Wars movies gross? You know what I mean? How many toys, how many features, venues, and elements of it that were like the total amount made from the 3 first Star Wars movies was this much. The total amount made from the next 3 Star Wars movies was this much. And I believe that because it simply just was not the same, that Star Wars has ever since suffered, in a sense. Yeah. Maybe that's a little bit too long-winded or a bit too deep. It's kind of just how I feel about it. Like, why would corporatists care about any of the Force-like abilities and cool other things that are pretty sweet in video games and television shows? Oh boy, it's Anakin again. Or the other Jedi. They're all so deadly. Yep, at least Star Wars Battlefront 2 gives us the option of playing all the eras, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, we're going to survive this one, right? Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, dude, I really. Oh shit! Kind of forgot which team I was on. Just a split second. More focus on cover. Oh, untimely grenade. Jon Favreau directed Iron Man 1, my favorite Iron Man, by the way. Absolutely favorite. His struggle in the cave and stuff, it was just like, whoa. You can see what made Iron Man. It was the will to live. It was the will to live. Tony Stark did this in a cave, somewhere in the middle of the bloody desert. I'm not Tony Stark. So good. Jeff Bridges too. Now you will experience the full power of the depths. I'm really just getting in the way of all this stuff, so I actually got to play an effort here. As we were playing Galactic Assault in an overtime mode, I'm pretty sure you played this, Komi-san, but you know how long these overtimes can go, right? Like, it can be ridiculous, like a whole hour of overtime. With a box of scraps! Yeah, it's such a good line, though. Like, his emotion and everything, it just captured it. It was just like, yeah, that's Iron Man for you. Hey, kid, how's it going? Oh, they beat us. Dude, you can't play around when you play with Galactic Assault. These guys are nuts. No. I've been trying to actually stream some Battlefront 2 in a live stream like this for probably about a week, and every time I try and get on here, dude, it's not been easy. Like hackers, the game's crashing, OBS. This game, only Battlefront 2. This game's got a lot of like a strange atmosphere about it, where it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like hackers seem to just buzz around this game like a bee's nest. Not to say that the game's broken or that the game isn't enjoyable. It's just sometimes you're gonna get a bad server. Sometimes you can't get away from it. Jeff Bridges is a unit. I need to take a wee. Just go run out somewhere and be right back. Like upstairs. I mean, I won't exactly do that right now, but I'll probably wait for next round. And I'll keep streaming it. I'll keep it going. I'll keep it going live. I'm actually kind of seeing how long it'll go, what the quality will be like, and that reminds me that the Tron Legacy is underrated. That cartoon was pretty nifty from what I hear. But I do believe you. Yet another example of a good story taken somewhere and ceremoniously placed into the garbage bin. I know we get Tron Uprising is the cartoon. My bad, my mistake. Tron Legacy, I believe, is the movie. Oh, yeah. From somebody that I know personally, they said that they watched the cartoon and they very much enjoyed it. They actually enjoyed it so much that they got Blu-ray rips of all the episodes. They said it was just really lit up, really well done. The artistic feel, yeah, was something that he said they kept true to. Now that being said, I mean, it's after the movies, I saw the second one. I saw the first Tron. I was like, boy, that's dated, but it was still a really cool story. The second movie was really dark, and I liked it, and I liked it. And Olivia Wilde, hey, oh boy, that was me. But it started to turn into something else. It started to turn into like the AI is becoming sentient, and I felt like it was going somewhere where I'm like, this is getting weird again. It always seems like these kinds of movies take me somewhere. Transhumanist element approaching. Jeez, it's like an agenda or something. Cool. I'm like one-handing it. Oh, I love it. Brock Fanigan. He's just like, oh my god. Cool. Nice, sweet backflip, bro. I'll send for help. Oh. Yeah, he's on my... I keep getting a little confused. The special characters kind of confuse me sometimes. I can't really remember. I'm like, are the Wookiees on our team again? Yeah, the Frostbite engine is so nutworthy. I mean, speaking of nutworthy, alright, sometimes Battlefield 5, like the way that the lighting looks and the storms and stuff, and I noticed they included these random storms in that game. Not like Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1's like the fog and stuff, right? But Battlefield 5 can be just like this game, but this game's visuals are better than Battlefield 5's. Like, for real, Star Wars in the Frostbite is like, whoa, looks so good. So good, the Jedi lightsabers and everything flying around with the laser blast. But Battlefield 5, dude, it can be so realistic looking that I actually mentally feel like just the way that the light and everything hits, it feels so real. It really feels so real. It looks so good. Frostbite engine is just... I'm thinking about turning my DC off here. It's giving me just a wee bit of a stutter. Just hang down. Let's see. See if that improves anything. Alright. It's cool to think, though, that it's only actually going to get better from here, too, in theory. But that it will, as the hardware gets more and more advanced. I mean, we'll have dual, like, quad cores, possibly even... Whoa, look at the size of that spider. Wow. Holy. It's like a tarantula. Oh my god, it just crawled out from the ground. Oh my god, that thing is huge. Oh, it doesn't actually freak me out. It doesn't. Wow, that thing is massive. Oh my god. Yo, just stay right here, bro. Stream's gonna stay up. I'm gonna take a break from the game for a short while. I gotta get this guy on camera. Whoa, you're huge! You're huge! I want to hurt you. Whoa! Man, that thing is weird to look at. Oh my god. It's kind of neat though. It's like I'm watching this 8-legged little... It's huge. It's like a house spider, but it's literally got the diameter of like a small coffee plate. I'm like that, and it just came from my garage. Wow, that thing is a bloody champion. I salute that thing. It's probably just slayed like a million bugs. Whoa, it took one look at me and it just ran away. That's crazy. And by the way, thanks for joining the stream. It's been fun. I'm not exactly going anywhere, but I gotta find oh, whew, dude, whoa, holy, oh. I'm glad you were witness to that. Well, sort of. I didn't get the camera exactly, but if you believe perhaps that something like this did occur, it was a really big one. And it took one look at me like a sentient being, and it was like, I'm out. And it just like bounced out and went right back out the garage door. Yeah. I can't bring myself to do it. It's like a living being, you know. It certainly is spooky to watch though, because it's got these 8 huge legs, and as soon as it booked it, like it ran away from me, it used all of them super quickly, and it was really just like, it was almost like watching a hand try and move itself across the floor. I was like, whoa, that's weird. But I'm not really. I don't think. I like the spider folk kind of. They have a task and a role in the kingdom. Spook 100. Are you high? No, I'm not high, but a coffee might have been had. So, I mean, and by 18th century standards, yes, I'm high. Still though, oh, man, that was a rush. Honestly, that spider was, man, I'd never seen anything so big. Like, how old am I? I think that's a personal question. And, if I were to say that I was probably older than you, I probably wouldn't be lying. I'm just kidding. I'm meant to be. Well, I am true, though. It is true. But yeah, like, whether that matters or not is something that I find odd. But that's cool, dude. It's just the internet. It's just the internet. It's a place where people go. It's basically the information byway, where I'm literally getting out in live reported detail about a gigantic spider that's terrorizing Tokyo. I'm not going to track you down based off your age. Not necessarily what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid that you're going to track anyone down. Or if that's the reason why I won't share my age. It's just about streaming and having a good time, man. Like, that's a kind of a personal question, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? It's an odd question. Wouldn't you say? Like, if some random... You imagine, like this. As a driver, I've been driving a long time. Right? You go up to some random dude, some random person, and you just go in front of them, and then you like make a signal like you're turning a certain direction. Like they would never get what you're doing, But as a driver, like, I mean, this is just simply how you interact because of just the function of it, right? But that there's actually a billion ways to interact with the other person. It's just that they kind of conveniently put a blinker there for you when shitty weather's around, right? But it's pretty easy to see how a lot of newer drivers, they don't actually see the why the blinker's there. You know what I mean? They don't see why the blinker's there. They just know that it's there. And you're like, oh.
This sector of the spaceport is secure.
Cool though, 19, man. Cool. Live it up. Hey, middle of the summer.
Maintain fire.
You got Star
Maintain
Wars.
pursuit.
You hopefully Rogue Squadron coming out soon. I mean, what do we got? It's August, right? Oh, leave me alone. Rogue Squadron coming out in October, I believe. Hey, I appreciate you. I do. I'm just a snarky guy, but I actually do appreciate you. Thanks for coming and checking out on my stream. And in fact, dude, I feel like I've known you all my life. No, I just feel like I'm a bit too genuine for the online world, and that's just generally how I am. You know what I mean? I feel you. It's not exactly an easy place to get a microphone and jump out into the world and sort of share your opinions. But at the same time, dude, I feel like basically this thing called life is just like if you don't get out and get your message out any which way you can, then they'll drown you out with garbage just like they already have been doing our whole lives. And who's they? Well, I mean, they are the guys who hold the microphone. As to who and why, that just seems to keep changing. So, I don't know, maybe that was something that didn't make any sense at all. And I really am fine. Which would be kind of neat because then it's for free. Oh, hey man, I didn't touch nothing. Just a scratch. Alright, we're getting into the action.
Stay on it.
Are you from America? It's King Blade. Are you from the great land of Canada, where polar bears and men dance together in lumberjack slacks? Ooh, did you see that off the wall action there? Ooh, yeah. Let me mount you. That spider still got me like, took one look at me and was like, I am using my oversensory intelligence to navigate my way past this human threat. And I let him go. I'm not necessarily scared of spiders or nothing, but that was a really big one. It was really odd to watch move, like truly. Ooh.
Some new rebels tearing through our troops.
Oh boy, it's the vacuum cleaner of death. Hey, thank you for the follow, very much so. And take care, General Kenobi. I'll see you later. Appreciate it though, really. Thanks for the watch and the follow. Oh, he's good. Yeah, even though he's been frozen or something. But yeah, Finn, in my opinion, like if someone knows how to use that guy, he's got a one-shot attack and 2 isolating boosts and buffs. You can just keep switching in between it, and if you can't hit him, he's like so good. Finn's really, really good. Same with Han. Han's got that shoulder check, dude. I've seen that guy take out Jedi with that stuff.
I'm ready for you.
Oh, using the big guy as cover. He doesn't seem to mind.
We'll have full control of the bazaar very soon.
Oh no! Oh, it was the. Dang.
Good. We have a direct line to the docks where the rebels are evacuating. annihilate all enemies close by and advance. Mos Eisley is under lockdown, but the rebels are boarding U-wing transports. If they escape, all of you will earn black marks for your failure. Rig those U-wings with explosives and end this operation. Go.
We have reports of Luke Skywalker having joined the battle.
Luke is the worst. He's the best at being the best, basically. And so when he starts busting off his Jedi powers, like, expect maximum damage from every one of them. He's the absolute worst. I don't know. Would I say he's a good tank? Like better than Vader, or rather, is he a good wizard like the Emperor? I mean, they all got their benefits, but in conjunction, they all certainly have their strengths and weaknesses. It's kind of sorry, dude. It's a well thought out balance of power, I guess. Yes. My guess, you were very right, though. The graphics in this engine, top notch. How will they ever really be able to like beat this? In my opinion? I'd love to see what comes next. Like to think about the graphics and the way that how far Frostbite's come for this kind of element. Like, and Star Wars is super fast action. It's really cool. It's really fun to play. But what next? I mean, the lighting, the earth, the saber effects, everything could be so drastically changed by something as simple as just changing the lights. And it could be just like,
The survivors
really
are scattering, but they have nowhere to run. Mos Eisley and Tatooine pose no threat to the Empire.
Just say anything in the chat. Wouldn't that be funny though? Like in a very sad way. Microtransact, exactly. I mean, if they had their way, look at what's happening with Skyrim. Skyrim is a game that many people know about, experience played, but the whole creation content thing and the mods that came with it, there was a lot of people who simply didn't want to work on mods without getting paid. And Skyrim is the kind of game that's so beautiful that if someone really wants to pay the money, they should be able to pay for the Skyrim experience that they would like to have, because it's so much work. Basically, you can't expect everything for free, and a lot of things come for work. That being said, the whole microtransaction element of Skyrim is so, it's exactly what it shouldn't have been. And there you go. You know what I mean? Like greed versus need. Because I would rather just omit that stuff and play Skyrim with just a fresh new HUD with the mods that I got slapped on there. But now there's just so much stuff from the creation mod content, and it's like right there in the menu. Some cool new UI updates. Highly disappointed with the way it's all turned into though. It's like, yay, more microtransactions. You can go hunt for the mod yourself, of course, But many of the mods, by the way, are also, they're exclusively the creator mods, I'm sure. They're on the Skyrim. They're on the Skyrim webpage, so to speak, that front page. Yeah. You could also go to the Skyrim Nexus, and it does take a lot more effort, I suppose, to mod it. And this is what many people just simply probably don't want to do, and they're willing to pay money to have it happen for them, which is understandable. It just, and what about those guys who made those mods? I mean, how they don't get a cut in there, and they've done so much work to effectively help the mod community. Don't you see that it could lead to a lot of bad politics? Because it feels like it. It feels like a lot of creators are getting cut out of the deal, and you know, they just, okay, I just love to play Skyrim, and it's now turned into something that's political over microtransactions. Exactly what it shouldn't have been. Just taking it easy. We're just taking it easy. Where are all these tricky little buggers? See some coming. He was right in front of me the whole time. Well, there you go. My old eyes are having problems seeing in the dark. Perfect time to go driving. What's all this stuff around here? I gotta get these droids back to my moisture farm. Oh boy. I'm gonna go stop off for a drink first. What's all those explosions up there? Ooh. See, I gotta steer with the mouse because it's a speeder. He just walks around me like, who is this guy? Oh, we're getting out of the booth. Are we winning? Just kidding. I gotta get in the fight. Alright, quit complaining. Get in there, defend the junkyard. Why are we defending a junkyard anyway? Like, let them have it. Not exactly any of the value of a junkyard. Or is there?
Junkyard defense is in bad shape.
Keep them fighting. Keep them scared.
Keep them scared. It's that Dark Knight. No, the other Dark. No, the other Dark Knight. No, that one. He was pretty cool. No, the other Dark Knight. Man, I love this clipping into terrain stuff. Oh man, whew. Bad luck. Just bad luck all around, I guess. I gotta get into the action. It's over.
Transport's ready to launch.
And I hail. GG, everyone. GG. Yeah. I don't exactly know the maps. I suppose this is an older game. I know the maps as best as a lot of the other players, so you know, like clipping over stuff and still kind of exploring my way through. I hope people understand that, you know, I play this game more out of fun rather than because I'm a pro elite Star Wars extraordinaire gamer. I suppose I've got a lot of gaming experience, but this was also really just like a test to see like how well the hardware works and things, and how well the microphone works. And I'm just happy that I got a couple of guests actually who were watching, which is really cool. Appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, like OBS and other kinds of software, I suppose I could invest more time into things like Streamlabs to make it a bit more of like a professional looking thing. I feel like it was more just about, like for me, just about the gameplay and footage. Like, appreciate the content for what it is. A lot of people won't do that. They don't want to. They don't even like the game, but they sometimes hang out just to hang out with the streamer, which is cool. But I am a gamer. I like the game, and let's see, perhaps what else could be cooking on the back burner right here. Maybe some supremacy mode. Even co-op can actually be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's somewhat decent for full server. And I've seen this game being played a lot on console as well. PlayStation, I suppose, PlayStation 4. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the way it looks on console.
Ambush successful.
6 players? I can, it's kind of a ways away. Yeah, we'll check on the server. But yeah, like I have fun playing with it on PC. It did take me a bit of time to get it. You know what, we're gonna quit back out. We're gonna jump right back in real quick. It did take me a lot of time to tweak it, to get it optimized with like my video card, graphics setting, all that stuff. And pretty typical of most computer games, really. But this one, it takes a lot of draw, a lot of power on my CPU. I'm using a quad core, 16 gigs RAM, 8 gig web video card, all that good stuff. And this game still is pretty heavily taxing on my system. So I mean, to play this on a console, I think it's actually better than playing it on a PC. It's just more optimized for a console. Play it on your PlayStation 4, you can play it on your Xbox One. I bet you're not having much of a frame rate issue. And I mean, switching between like first person and third person view can cause like massive frame rate drop. Massive frame rate drop. It's like, whoa, what? It's like, dude, I thought we were such good friends. But sadly, not. Sadly, not, fam. And you're just like, oh, holy God, that spider was big, though. Looking for a fresh kill or something. Sweet deal. Woo-hoo. Expect heavy competition.
They're targeting the generators to depower our laser. Do not allow that to happen. If our transports break free, those troops will attack the resistance. Protect them. Help them get clear.
Nerf herder. Oh, was it 420 or is it 40 now? Maybe he retired the 420. Yeah, he's a really good pilot. Oh.
Our troop transports are making a run for it.
Boogie, woogie, woogie. Whoa. Oh no. A gigantic obstacle, my only weakness.
My controls are fairly responsive. Escort our troop transports to safety.
Oh boy, did I get lucky. Yeah, I should have died, I guess, but survived the clipping. The game showed mercy upon me. Just like I'm showing sweet mercy to AOD 91 Comet 91 right now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's not like I'm actually missing or anything because I'm a terrible shot. I promise. I'm giving you the utmost perfection, my end.
Troop transports away. Ensure their survival.
Indeed.
They've destroyed almost all of our transports.
Ooh. Thanks for scratching the paint, friend. Gotcha. Oh, I'm not gonna make it.
The resistance will resume their attack on our destroyer.
Interceptor or fighter. You know, besides the turret, is it really a massive difference? You swap out the turret for the energy blast.
Protect the generators.
There you go. Yeah.
Keep them away from that deflector shield. If it goes, the command bridge will be unprotected. They're targeting the makeshift deflector. Protect it.
Well, that was fun. Yeah, I don't exactly feel like the interceptor has the same kind of qualities as the fighter. Perhaps more investigation is needed. That old Poe Dameron? I believe that's Luke Skywalker, actually. Yeah, the same guy. There's no way. He's just going to regenerate his health while everyone's going to shoot misses at me. I'm out. Peace out, man.
Shields offline. The command bridge is vulnerable. Protect it at all costs.
He's still rocking that big bird, is he?
There's still a chance.
Oh, we got them campers. We got those people sitting in the back of the base, waiting to shoot everybody as they spawn. It is what it is. There are these people who sometimes get something called butter. Try and ruin fun for everybody else because you're not very good at what they do or playing the game, or that the game is to ruin fun, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Firing on the front deflector.
So just get another challenge in the game to obstacle over.
Keep them away from the generators.
Oh, you generated all that stuff, did you? It must be Luke Skywalker. This is not going to be easy. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that, man. How could I have been so foolish? Everything is so clutch right now. Gotcha. Oh, they're rocking him. Oh, no. He smashed into him. Yeah, I can't. By the time I'm doing half damage to that guy, I'm dead. Bah, no shields. My turn. I'm gonna take Kylo.
Our shields
Check
are
out this
back up.
first-person view.
Defend the deflectors.
Zing, 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 zing. It looks pretty sweet.
I've been looking forward to this.
The rear deflector is in danger. Keep
Dual
it safe.
photon torpedoes. Very nice. Blue leader. Oh, I'm getting rocked now. Scooty, Scooty, Scooty Puff. Oh, keep going, Rennie. Oh, no, no. Ah, that was terrible. That was bloody well terrible. I'll be right back though.
The treachery of the Resistance knows no bounds. They will pay for this.
Go back to the main menu for a short while here. I'm going to go make a quick adjustment upstairs. Go check out something. I will come back. You know, actually, how long have I been streaming? For an hour 35? I think I might just pause it right here and take a shorter break. But we're going to stop playing this one. And I'll maybe try and stream a little bit of Battlefield, probably here in about half an hour. And appreciate you guys coming to check me out, come to watch. Yeah, it's mostly just a test stream, guys. Like, this is who I am. This is what I do. I am just a human being. Just a human being that plays video games. And I don't exactly think that, that this is going to turn into a big career or a way to like change my life, basically. To be quite honest with you, but it helps me and is a hobby that I enjoy, and I mean it makes me feel good that I can bring a good solid gameplay experience with my voice attached to it anytime I press this button. And I got so many different games that I actually love to show people. I just wish that I was perhaps a little bit better at them than I am. But I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Look out for spiders. Bye.